Ni hao, this is Judy, and I'm going over the homework for this week. Just a little word before I start. I've been finding that these podcasts are getting longer because the vocabulary is getting more difficult in a way that they're learning a lot of basic building block words. And so the characters have lots of different meanings. And I'm trying to give kind of like the 360 view of a character, something that's a little deeper than a dictionary. So apologize if I go too deep or too long, but I'm trying to focus on things that are actually very common words and very common meanings, and try to relate them to the characters. So here we go. The first character is K. K is a lesson or a class in terms of like a lesson. And and the word that goes with it is 上课. Shang can mean up or can mean on. So what does up class mean? That's kind of weird. But 上 is a verb that you use to say go to class. So in the morning you say 起来,起来,起来, get up, get up, get up. 要上课, you have to go to school. Or the teacher will yell at the kids at the playground, okay, you guys, recess is over. 现在要上课. Now you have to go to class. So 上 is like act of starting class or going to class. The opposite is 下. 下, which means down or off. So 下课 is like get off of class, end class. So 下课了,可以回家. Okay, class is over. I can go home now. And 课 also means a lesson. So 第一 means first. So 第一课, first lesson. So it could be in a book or, first lesson. The next character is 前. 前 can mean before or it can mean in front. So I'll go over both meanings because both have special word orders that's different than English. Now, 前面 is front. 面 is a character for face. But when you say 前面, you don't mean front face. You just literally mean facing front or the front. So the way you use this character or this word is you can say 前面,后面, front or back. But you want to say at the front of something, you flip the word order. So in English, you say in front of the house. So you say front and then house. In Chinese, the opposite. You say at house front, 在房子前面. Or you can say at I front, 在我的前面, at my front. So it's like saying at something something's face, front face. So if you think of it that way, it makes a little bit more sense. So you would never say 前面房子, so front house, front of the house, like you would say in English. People would be like, what are you talking about? That does not make any sense. So it's very important. You say at, then what you're saying relating to front. 在我的前面, at my front. 在房子前面, at house front. Okay, 前 also mean before. So you can say 以前. Now, for those of you who didn't see my podcast of the word order of how to use a when phrase, it uses the same word order, so I'll explain it again. In English, you say before class. So you say before at the beginning of the phrase. In Chinese, it's the opposite. You say 上课以前. You say class before. So 吃饭以前 means eat before. 吃饭以前要洗手. So eat before, have to wash hands. So if you say 以前吃饭, people will be like, what are you talking about? So, or it sounds more like I used to eat. So it totally has a different meaning. It doesn't really make sense. So here word order is really different. If you try to use the English word order, people will have no idea what you're talking about. Ho is the opposite of qian. It means after or it can mean behind. So 最后, 最 means most, after, so it means last. So, oh, is anyone behind you? No, 我是最后, I'm the last one. Ho is the opposite of, so you could use ho the same way as the opposite of qian. So 后面 means back. So 房子后面 back of the house, or 我的后面 back of me, 你的后面 back of you. So like with 前面 you have to say 在 and then whatever it is and then 后面. 以后 is all the opposite of 以前, where you say blah 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 以后. So 吃饭以后 after I eat. 我上英文课 I take English class. So remember, you put 以后 at the end of the phrase, not in the beginning of the phrase like English. Now, 前 and 后 also has an alternative meaning, and that's used in terms of time. So in English, you say today, and then you say tomorrow, and they say the day after tomorrow. And then you can go the opposite way. You say today, and yesterday, and the day before yesterday. So look at my way I point. When English people or people speaking English think of the future as being in front and the past as being in back. But in Chinese, to say today, you say 今天. To say tomorrow, you say 明天. And to say the day after tomorrow, you say 后天. You're like, what? Oh, does that mean last or in back? Yes, it does. But in Chinese, 后天 is kind of also means the day after tomorrow. Weird, huh? And then 今天 go the other way. Yesterday is 昨天. The day before yesterday is 前天. So what? 前 doesn't mean like in front or before. Well, I guess in a sense it's like before. So when you think of 前, that's before, and 后 means after. So 前天 is the day before yesterday, and 后天 is the day after tomorrow. Yes, there are specific words for that meaning. You don't have those words in English, but there are in Chinese. The last character is this one, and you'll see two pronunciations in the homework. One is cháng, and one is Zhǎng, which sounds almost the same. So cháng means long, as in length of an object or time. It does not mean long in terms of someone's height, so you can't use it like the way you use tall. So 很长, so means in time or length. So like 我的头发很长, 长头发, I have long hair. Or you can say, oh, the movie 很长, the movie was really long. And the opposite of, and the other way to pronounce it is Zhǎng. So most often the kids will hear in the context of 长大. So 长大 means grow up. So stop that. 长大一点, grow up. Or you can say 你长大以后要做什么? When you grow up, what do you want to do? What do you want to be? The next character is 短. 短 means short, so it's the opposite of 长. So a lot of opposites today. 短 is short in terms of length or time, but not in terms of people. Like a person can't be 短, okay? Only objects. A person's leg can be 短, so my legs are 短. But me, I'm I, so it's a different character for short, meaning someone's height. So 太短 means too short. So I can't use a stick. 太短, it's too short. Too as in T-O-O. So 太 is T-O-O. You can use it in front of any adjective to mean two of anything, like T-O-O, not T-W-O. So that's the characters this week. I was doing some dictation with my son, and I said, 洗手以前, 吃饭以前, and he's like, I don't know how to write 以前, I haven't learned it before. I'm like, you've learned all the characters. It's 可以的以 and 前面的前, and he's like, oh, I didn't know those were the characters to say 以前. So just a word that, because they can speak something doesn't mean they know how to write it, even if they may know all the characters. So it's kind of the opposite of what I've been saying about reading, where you can read all the characters and not know what it means. You may say something, you may know how to write all the characters, but you might not associate the character that you say, the word that you say, with the character that you've learned in another context. So I guess it's just my way of saying, if you can, it's important to read with your child or give your child opportunities to read so they can kind of learn that this character goes with this sound and with this meaning. Because they're not linked like they are in English. So um, reading a lot is really important. So that's my 2 cents this week, and hopefully I will see you next week.